Hey y'all. First off, I just wanted to say welcome to the club, new subscriber. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to watch me and for making that huge decision to follow me because I'm that cool. Okay, so enough gloating. I am recording because YouTube may be taking down that video that I just posted, and the reason why is because I had Lord playing in the background, and I just wasn't thinking at the time, so, yeah, duh, copyrighted material. So, for those of you that do not get a chance to see that video, I have high testosterone, and I just found that out from my doctor. It is at 70, and it should be between 2 and 45. And my free testosterone is 12.9, and it should be between 0.1 and 6.4. So that's what you guys missed, and it took me 14 minutes to explain that to you guys, and it was a semi-entertaining video, so sorry if you missed that, but yeah, that's my news. So and as I was saying in my last video, it pretty much explains a lot about what's going on with me as far as like having so much energy and my anxiety and the insomnia and obviously my body hair and my facial hair, etc., etc. So you know, I'm rather relieved to say that that could just be the source of my problems that I'm dealing with, is just a hormone problem. So we're getting closer to figuring shit out. So I just wanted to say, for reals, thank you very much, Dr. Jared, for taking the time to listen and really pay attention and care and investigate with me what may be going on. And I appreciate so much your patience for while I'm tapering from my medication. So thank you for your support. Like, you are probably, really, I'm not even going to say probably, you are the best doctor that I've ever had, and you're awesome. And God, my eyes kind of got watery over that. So yeah, you're cool. And I really appreciate you, Dr. Jared. And with that said, I kind of had a long day today, and it was very much out of my routine. So I decided, well, since I'm already out of routine, I might as well just go ahead and record a video out of routine outside with candlelight. So here I am. But yeah, my day began at 2 in the morning, and I'm not really sure if it's the tapering and all the medication adjustment and crap that's throwing that off or not, but it may be. And it could also just be that I'm a little overstimulated too soon before bedtime. So like my I don't know, whatever's going on inside my body is just too alert. The chemicals make it that way. So yeah, it is really important for me to wind down at a certain hour during the nighttime, so that way I'm like calm enough to relax and chill out, because during the day, like, a person with autism is pretty much going to expect a lot of stimuli, and when it comes to nighttime, we really have our rigid routines, and we appreciate the quiet and dim lighting and just a calm setting. So where I was going with that, I do not know, but yes, my morning began at 2, and I remember the phone ringing around 8 or so, but I think that it was a debt collector. I don't think it was CalFresh trying to contact me for my recertification interview. I mean, Yeah, my recertification interview, so that way I can continue my benefits. So, anyways, long story short, I had to take care of that because by like 12:30 they still hadn't called me, and my phone appointment was set for 10 o'clock. So, yeah, that really annoyed me because when somebody tells me they're gonna do something at a specific time, I expect that. So, I don't like window periods at all. So, I reread the paper and I was just like, how come these motherfuckers didn't call me? So I looked at the very bottom and I was just like, those bitches, like, for real? That's just retarded. Like, do not give me an appointment time if at the bottom you tell me you're going to call me between 8 and 12 p.m. So, if they would have just said that they were going to call me, between 8 and 12, I would have been ready at 8. So, not that I wasn't, because I was already up, but yeah, that kind of ticked me off a little bit, but I did get it fixed, so, no worries. I just, called up around like 12:30 and was like, you guys didn't call, so, the guy on the phone was really nice, and he fixed everything, asked me the questions I needed, did my interview right then and there, and, he's like, obviously I can't tell you whether or not your benefits are going to continue because I'm not your worker, but I can tell you that you've answered the questions the same as you did last year. So what does that say? That means that I'm going to get my benefits. So yeah, so I'm cool. And today my CalFresh was just refreshed too. Every third of the month is when it refreshes. So I'm golden. I have food. I'm okay. And then we had plans actually to go grocery shopping since my CalFresh refreshed today, and that just wasn't going to happen because I got everything taken care of at like 12:30, and then I had my second therapy session with my LCSW. She's a licensed clinical social worker. And she's really nice. Like, I really, as much as I appreciate Dr. Jared, as much as I appreciate her in the little amount of time that I've known her, because she really reciprocates information back to me when I speak to her, and she really listens and pays attention and tries to figure out key things that from my past or even my present or just whatever's going on that, may be causing me to, have certain behaviors and just experience certain things and et cetera, et cetera. So, she's very, very good at that. And yeah, I'm going to say that she's the best person that I've ever met, that I've ever had the opportunity to talk to therapeutically. And we have really good rapport. So, I really feel like moving out here was a godsend because I've never had this kind of support from doctors and professionals before, and I've never had medical like this where I'm completely covered and my medication's paid for, my doctor visits are all paid for, everything's paid for, so I don't have to worry about anything. I will always have medical, and I'll always have medication if I need it, and therapy, and also dental and eye, pretty much everything. So yeah, I got lucky. Coming out here was a blessing, and as a result, I've really been able to find my autonomy, you know what I mean, learn who I am, and seriously really just pay attention to myself, and not being with somebody 24/7 is great. I feared it before, but since I had to be alone so much here, and even on purpose to train my brain to be okay with it, and I did struggle too with it because I was scared, but having done that kind of exposure therapy really, really helped me, and now I'm okay to be alone. I mean, I don't like to be alone for a long time, and what I mean by that is yeah, I start to get a little depressed if I'm around the house without like my mom for a few days or something. But I just have to say that I'm super proud of myself for reaching that level of independence and like relearning that independence, because I used to be that way, and I know that I can still be that way, and I am that way. But you know, of course I'm still working on that, but I've come a long ways, and it's because of all the support that I've gotten since I moved out here. And you know, that's just makes me really, really happy and satisfied and thankful. And yeah, so anyways, that was kind of deep, a little deep, intense talk. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my mom is talking to her cat like a dork. So shit. Oh, yeah, dude. Okay, so you know how I told you guys that I woke up at 2 last night? Or this morning or whatever? So, like, it's been that way for, like, a week. Maybe a little more than a week now. And, I just started reading, like I told you guys in my last video, the Amityville Horror, the original book from 1970, whatever it was. And I'm like halfway through it now, because I just like picked it up yesterday and speed read, literally speed read through the whole thing, almost damn near halfway in like less than an hour, because I just was so, I don't know, like I know that it's a story, but it's a true story. So knowing that it's true makes it easier for me to read, like quicker. Like when I read nonfiction, it's like I can fly through a nonfiction book in like a day, depending on how long it is, you know, or in an hour or 2 hours, or, you know, like I said, however long it is. So, but when it comes to fiction, I don't know, it really takes like a minute for me to, like, I gotta read the lines over like a few times, and then I start to comprehend it, and I'm like, okay, now my imagination is flowing with what the author is trying to, you know, show me. So, so yeah, but when it becomes a true story in a fictional sense like that, I don't know, I read it fast like nonfiction. So, but anyways, okay, yeah, going off track, but, waking up at 2 in the morning kind of freaked me out, because almost in every chapter so far that I've read, George Lutz, the father of the family that lives in the Amityville house, keeps waking up at 3:15 in the morning. And later in the book, he discovers that, you know, through like looking at microfilm and newspapers at the, like some library or some shit like that he was at, he found out that it was at, I think, 3:15 that Ronald DeFeo, the son of the former family that lived at that house, killed his entire family, his parents and his siblings, and he put them all on their stomachs and shot them all in the back. And how he was able to do that is at dinner time, before they, you know, went to bed and everything, he drugged them. So, of course, that made them vulnerable, and they couldn't do anything for themselves. And the only person that he didn't shoot just in the back was his mom. He actually shot her in the head. So, psychologically, whatever the fuck was going on in his head, I don't know what that means if you shoot everybody in your family in the back except for your mother. So I don't really know what that says. But, you know, he claimed that, you know, in the book anyways, that, or the author was saying that he claimed that he heard like voices and they told him to do it, and so he was playing the insanity card, and of course the jury actually didn't find him insane, so he got like 6 consecutive life terms for that murder, that multiple murder. So so yeah, after reading what I've read so far, I want to say that he could have been insane, but also he really could have been hearing, you know, evil entities speaking to him and telling him to do these things, because so many things happened to the Lutz family while they lived at that house for, what was it, I think 28 days or some shit like that, they were saying. So not even like a month they were there, and then they fled because of all the paranormal shit that was happening to them. And, you know, reading the book, it's not really scary, like, you know, when they have like some kind of paranormal thing that happens. It doesn't scare me reading horror books, like, it doesn't excite me. It's just interesting, because it makes me question, is this really how the account happened, or is this being, like, exaggerated to an extent because this is a book, you know? So, you know, I want to say that I could believe that some of these things that have happened in the book really did happen, because, like I said before, I've seen paranormal stuff with my own eyes on my own video camera. So, you know, and I've had a friend who did like paranormal investigations and stuff, and she has like a whole collection of EVPs, and I've heard them, and it's just unbelievable. Even some in Vietnamese too, so that's really fascinating. But so yeah, just reading in every chapter he keeps waking up at 3:15 in the morning. It just freaks me out, because I keep waking up around, you know, anywhere between 2 and 4, or 1 and 4, no, 2 and 4. Sometimes I'll wake up at 1, but usually I'm able to fall asleep if I wake up at 1, because I'm still tired. So, so yeah, you know, it kind of makes me wonder, like, nah, there's nothing going on here. My mom's house is too cleansed. That's the way a witch's house is it's just too cleansed. So I don't think that there's anything bad here. I think that it's just me being neurotic. I usually drink just water, normally, just plain water, or like Silk in the morning, Silk soy milk, and yeah, and then sometimes these when we have them around. But I don't know if you guys ever tried these. These are really good. They're made with stevia. I don't know if you guys know what that herb is. Some people call it stevia, but it's a natural herbal sweetener, and it doesn't raise your blood sugar levels, so it's safe. And you know, I was looking at all the ingredients in here, and they're all legit, so I feel okay to drink this. But yeah, I'm particular about what I drink, because I don't like to drink calories, and I would rather drink from the source to get what my body needs. So that's why I'm usually just a water person, straight up. And like I said, if I have soy milk, it's usually like a protein inclusion to my breakfast or something. So but anyways, yeah, so now I'm going off on a tangent, but the book is pretty cool. I'm gonna go inside and read some of it, because now I'm kind of glued to it a little. But like I said, it's not that it's exciting, it's just that it makes me curious to hear the different accounts of things they've seen. Like how is it that, I mean, I've never heard this before, like that there was this one particular scene in the book where Kathy, George's wife, the mother of the family, looked towards like the windows because they'd all opened up, and all this cold air was coming in and shit, and when she looked over to it, she saw like red eyes glowing at her, and you know, I don't know how to feel about that. So that's fucking creepy. But man, her little girl Missy, shit, talking to that ghost Jody, who's a pig. Oh my god. And then her little rocking chair in her room that just keeps rocking back and forth, like, and then the sewing room where the flies are. Fuck, like, there's just too much going on in that house. And then there's the red room they just discovered downstairs under their staircase in this pantry. There was like a secret red room behind all the shelves and shit. And literally the walls were painted red. And I mean, maybe you guys have seen this in the movie, I don't know, or maybe you've read the book, but it's kind of nasty because in the book they describe that when they walked into the red room, it smelled of blood, like human blood, and all I could think of, like, is ew, because I know what they're talking about with that smell. Like, the way the author described it was just really, I don't know, nasty. So, there hasn't been much said about the Red Room yet. It's still a mystery, so I don't really know what's going to happen in the book with that, but something tells me that it's not paint on the walls. Something tells me that some shit was going on and it's blood or something. I don't know. But anyways, this video is pretty long, and I didn't intend for it to be, so I'll go ahead and let you guys go, and I will go inside and start reading. So, and it's, yeah, it's 7:56, so yeah, that gives me a good hour of reading before I like, wind down and stuff, so yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I apologize that YouTube may be deleting that video that I just posted, so, yeah. I'll be back around, guys. You know I always am. So, enjoy yourselves, have a good night, and wherever you are, don't forget to look up at the sky and at least admire the stars somewhat, because you are human, and you shouldn't forget that. Like, fuck all this other shit that's going on in our world and society. It has absolutely nothing to do with being a human on Earth. So... Can you guys hear that? My mom's singing to her cat. Either that or she has her headphones on and she's trying to sing and she can't. Oh, sorry, Mom, if you're watching this. I'm just making fun of you. Alright, okay. See y'all later.